Hey guys, and welcome finally to my review of the VX Pro, the TRN VX Pro, the commemorative edition, Year of the Tiger. I apologize for having taken so long, but uh, I guess it's just life and things just get in the way. And anyway, I'm not going to take you through the unboxing because we've done that already before. Um, Really, the only thing that I think was maybe perhaps a little bit lacking was if it's a special edition version of the VX Pro, I would have expected to see a cable like the TRN, like these TRN cables that they are now selling, which are the ones which have these exchangeable terminations, or then just a standard TRN cable, but of the aftermarket ones. That's at least my take on it. But anyway, it is what it is, and that's that. As for the IMs themselves, they are beautiful. I mean, this red color that they come in is absolutely stunning. The one side, the left. Let me just see if I can zoom it in there. Sorry, I'm trying to see if you guys can see. Well, the one side, the left side, has got that logo of the tiger, which is really nice. I'm not using an aftermarket cable. I'm not using the standard cable. As you guys can see, I'm using an aftermarket cable. This one is actually a KBR cable. And When I initially heard the VX Pro, the special edition, I mentioned straight away that it sounded somewhat different to the standard VX Pro, which I've also got here. This is the standard VX Pro, which I reviewed, and when I reviewed it, if in a very resumed manner, when I reviewed it, I said it was a good earphone. However, it had it had way too much energy in that. Well, actually, I can show you the graph here, and that will explain better what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is the graph of the standard VX Pro versus the special edition one, and the green line is the normal standard one. And as I was saying, when I reviewed it, I complained about it having too much energy in that 4, 5, 6K area, which was very noticeable, and it just made for long listening periods to become somewhat fatiguing, because certain instruments, certain things would just be too 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 alive, too forward. But otherwise, in terms of the bass response and everything, I actually said it was a nice sounding IEM. It was another step forward in the right direction, and I think TRN has been trying to do that. I truly believe that they are trying to move in the right direction in terms of getting the right tuning and everything going. And yeah, that was basically it. I ended up saying that although it really was markedly well built, and it had for sure its definite market, I ended up saying that I actually preferred still the V90s. And this is a V90s that I said that I have one of them. I've got this one, which is just running the foam tips, and the foam tips on the V90s do magic. Trust me, they do magic on the V90s. As does putting, like I've done on this one, putting a tangent filter on it. It does absolute magic. And actually, I can actually show you a graph here so we can compare the three, and then I'll talk a little bit more in detail with regards to the rest. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so actually let me try and get something here to point out what I want to point out. Otherwise, okay, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. Okay, so as you can see, the purple line that we have there, which basically follows the VX Pros almost perfectly up to about 2K, and then it kind of takes on its own life. The purple line is the one that belongs to the V90s using the foam tips, and that basically calmed down this whole area here as well a little bit, slightly brought it down slightly. And with the V90s using the foam tips, which just kind of smooths out this area of 3, 4, 5K a little bit, just a little bit, not much, but that enough that it smooths it out, makes for a very nice listen. I mean, fair enough, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10K, there's a lot of energy there, which does render the treble somewhat fake and too present at times. But overall, the V90s is a nice listen. It is. And when I graphed it with the original VX, which is the VX Pro, sorry, the green line over here, you could see that the VX Pro, although having less energy up top than the V90s, what spoiled it was this area here. And that just made the listen fatiguing, and that's what ultimately led me to say that I would still prefer the V90s. Now, with the VX Pro, the special edition, it seems that they've, well, I'm not going to consider this extra energy here at around 20-30 hertz because it's irrelevant, and it could be just down to a driver, because this here is not where the big difference is. Where the difference is over here. And if you look carefully, okay, between 2 and 8K, the difference is quite marked. It's quite obvious there. We're talking about a difference of easily, and looking at the scale here, so that we get the scale right, we're talking, okay, so each line will be 1 dB. We're talking about a good 3 dB difference between the two, between the V90s, sorry, the VX Pro and the VX Pro, the commemorative edition. There's a good 2-3 dB difference here, and that 2-3 dB difference is very noticeable, and it makes the commemorative edition have that just little extra less energy, which makes it then more pleasing to listen to, because the rest, as you can see, the bass, the mids, they're all basically the same up to about 2K. The VX Pro, be it the normal standard one or be it special edition, it's basically the same. It's just after that then things calm down, and the special edition basically acquires the upper mid and presence area that you find in the V90s. As you can see, it's kind of very similar, very flattish kind of over there. And that peak at 8K, I'm actually gonna say that I honestly, I didn't perceive it as much as it's showing itself over there. Overall, as I'm about to say, overall the upper treble, you know, the above 6-7K area of the special edition is it's nice to listen to. It's very chilled out. It's nice. It's got enough energy not to be aggressive. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's really not much to say here. They are very similar IEMs overall in terms of the technicalities to the standard VX Pro. I would say that perhaps because there's now that less energy a little bit, you can get a little bit better detailed retrieval, and I did find some songs that detailed retrieval was slightly improved. It was, you know, little things, but enough to notice. Tonality is now improved as well, but it sounds more realistic. Imaging and soundstage and so on and so forth, they basically have remained themselves the same as on the standard VX Pro. There isn't really much of a difference. And yeah, look, price-wise, it's roughly the same price as the VX Pro, at least in most places where I've seen the price has remained itself the same. The only thing here that I would maybe finally point out is that this is my particular set, and this is how my set performed. I can in no way guarantee that other sets will perform the same. I could have just gotten a fluke set. I don't think so. Honestly, I really don't think so. I really genuinely think that TRN did make a slight improvement on that upper mid-range early treble performance over the standard VX Pro. That's my honest opinion. I really do think they've done that. So it's not just like a one-off that I was lucky to get. And you know, at the end of the day, what this basically means is, if before I would have said, you know, if you have a V90s, keep the V90s, don't worry about the V90s, you know, you weld, no point in getting the VX Pro. I will now say that yes, maybe it's time to upgrade. It's not going to be a huge upgrade, but maybe if you can sell off your V90Ss and maybe give it, or maybe then just give it to your cousin, your brother, or whatever. Maybe just for the sake of having these beautiful red IEMs, because they really are beautiful. It could be a worthwhile investment. So yeah, that's basically it. All right, guys, thank you. Take care. Oh, by the way, I did all of my listening to this with the TK2, as you can see there, and the Megatron. And as I was expecting, I found it to be, with the Megatron, a little bit more alive, the presentation, and with the TK2 a little bit more warmer. What this basically means in more simpler terms is, this being a relatively bright set, I think that it will match better with the TK2. That will further bring down that brightness that it has and warm up things a little bit and make it for an overall more pleasing presentation. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.